glad everybody tuned in right now. About to start going live way more often on YouTube. Ask me any questions. Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump into this a little differently for y'all. So, hold on, let me turn that down so I can turn this up. When we're wrapping doors, give y'all a little bit better angle too. I don't know why it's so yellowy. So when we're wrapping doors, first thing that you want to do is palm the body line. Once you got it all smooth and glassed out, palm the body line. The next thing is, now you can take your squeegee. Since the spot that you palmed, you can't squeegee that air down on this area, you might as well squeegee the air up to get the air up and out of the way. Keep your squeegee at an angle so that way it helps with not causing any creases. Now we got it squeegeed all the way right there. Now we can start on this area right here. The reason why we're not doing this area is because if we crease right here, that means everything that we made look nice in here has to get reset. So let's go ahead and lay all of this down first. And then once we finish all of this out, then we jump onto this. Now that we got out of the dip of this, now we can use our squeegee. Keep it at an angle pointed down towards where you want the air to go. If you're an advanced installer, you can still have it at this angle where it's pointed up, but we're squeegeeing it to where the air goes down. It's on the back side. It all depends on you. And since you're a beginner at this, then I suggest you just keep it one direction. Start from one side and just go all the way to the other side. If you're advanced, you can push and pull. As we're getting closer to the bottom now, all we need to do, get y'all a look, there we go. All we need to do now is warm this up and then palm it out. It makes it that much easier. Since this has a little dip in it, I would prefer to palm it. Much easier. Only a few strokes and it's done. As you can see, it's all squeegeed out. Now we can start with this area right here. Everything is squeegeed out now. Warm this door handle area up. Once it goes smooth, then it's ready. Get y'all a little closer in here. Now that I've warmed it up, it's smooth, and I let it cool down, so now I can run my finger down the middle. If you don't, and you don't wait, you're gonna get a crease right here, each and every time. So let it cool down first. Do the same thing on the opposite side now. we are. Got everything nice and smooth. Now it's tucking and cutting time. Now we're gonna cut up here at the top. Then we're gonna do this front side, then the bottom, then this back piece right here. So before we do any of that, let's cut these out right here, right now. We're about to start our first cut. We need to go ahead and break our blade. Now that we got a clean blade, cut as close as possible to any parts that are poking out that are right by the door handle. As close as possible. And then the flat areas, cut right there, right on the flat areas. Now, anything that was lifted up from the areas where we cut as close as possible to, lay those down now. It should be much easier to lay down. So many said, I want to wrap my car, but I need a car first. Maybe. Or you can just go ahead and get you a bike, a scooter, a moped, a go-kart, four-wheeler, an ATV. The list goes on. You can wrap multiple things. You don't have to just wrap cars. All right, now that that's good, let's go ahead and jump to this. I'm glad everyone that's tuned in. MDZ, I'm based in Atlanta, but I actually have classes in other areas, such as, for right now, for the rest of this season, it'll be in Melbourne City, Florida, or Melbourne Beach, Florida, excuse me, which is like right on the coast, right there on the water. And then the next one after that will be in Charlotte, North Carolina. But we have classes in Atlanta almost every weekend. So come and join us. Our classes start on Fridays and end on Tuesdays if you choose the 5-day. The 3-day goes on Friday, ends on Sunday. And the 1 day goes on Friday, ends on Friday. MR said, I want to start a wrap business. What are some things I need to know to get started, and where are some tools that I need? All right, let me help you out on this tool section part. Let me see. I'm gonna pin that one. I like that comment right there. And let me see if I can reply to it. Let me message. I don't see why it ain't letting me message. Let me see if I can. Well, MR, I can send you our tools and equipments list that we actually have. And what I'll do once I upload this video, I'll go ahead and put the tools and equipments list in the comments or in the description, so that way you can go ahead and try to go buy all of the tools that you need. But I also suggest that you take a class. The reason why is because it's gonna skyrocket your experience, your your knowledge and your confidence on being able to rap confidently. And you'll also get free vinyl and a free rap kit, depending on the class you take. You don't have to take our class. You know, I would love for you to, but you don't have to take our class, as long as you learn from a class. But I'll definitely go ahead and try to see. I got to figure out how to provide these on here. What's the best quality rap for the least amount of money? That's not, don't do that to yourself. You're gonna be in a world of hurt trying to go for the least amount of your money. You should go for the best quality, which is 3M or Avery Dennison. Now their prices for a full roll may be in the range of, let's say, I would say 700 all the way up to 3,000. 3,000 is chrome though. I took a class, I practiced with a few cheap tools, and the course helped out. See, that's that's where I have to say, you took a class, but they didn't even give you the tools. They gave you let me break down what's in my class and show you the tools that I actually have. That, let me even this out a little bit too. Miguel, no, we did not yet. We've been handling a lot of projects, traveling, which we just did a Nashville class 2 weekends ago. The weekend before that, we was in Tampa. The weekend before that, or 2 weekends before that, we was in Detroit. The weekend before that, we was in Chicago. And then we had projects that was going on, not only in El Paso, Houston, Tampa, Salt Lake City, Utah, San Diego. So I'm trying to manage a lot of projects still on these and have the team booked. But we have not got certified with the VA yet. But for MR, let me show you the tools that we provide. First off, you get a pouch and you get a heat gun. This one's used, but they are the same exact ones. In there, you get a few tools that are for tinting, but a majority of these tools that you have in here are for wrapping. So you get your blade, or excuse me, this is your snitty right here. One of your tucking tools. Magnets. Micro squeegee. Your chiseler, which is also used for tinting. Your squeegee. Your gloves, blades, multiple blades as well. And backup blades. So, that's all we really provide on that one for our class. And then, depending on the classes you take, if you're doing the 3-day class, you get a free 20 feet of vinyl. If you do the 5-day class, you get a free 75 feet of vinyl. So, next time, when is the next time you're gonna be down here, Central Florida? Central Florida, we're actually planning to go to Tampa in 2025. But like I said, Miguel, we will be in Melbourne Beach, Florida. So I suggest you really come out to that one. I think we got 1 or 2 more spots left. We only have 4 people in the class. So I suggest you come out to it because it's gonna benefit you. And we try to give you that one-on-one experience in a beautiful location too. So, but enough about all of this. Let's get to rapping again. But Miguel, come and join our Florida class. And if anybody else that's looking, our Florida class is September 13th through the 17th. So come out to it. We only got 2 more spots left, limited amount of spots. So thank you. If you're contemplating on coming, do not wait until the last minute because we've had people do that in our, what was the last Nashville class. They waited until the day of thinking that there was still gonna be more spots. Miguel, I'm telling you, you better come to this one in Melbourne Beach, Florida. So, right now, we're about to do the tucking and cutting right here. Let's trim a little bit. We don't need all of this vinyl right here. I don't ever like to put my trash on the floor. I used to do that when I first got here and everything, and the floor just looks like every piece of vinyl is on there. So we had to get some nice mats and everything, and now I put my trash up here. Next step is to peel down the vinyl. And now, take our felt side of our squeegee, go right across, and let it glide. Even pressure. You don't want to push, because your pressure here is different from your pressure here. Okay? So now we lift it down again, not as far this time. Take your hard side of your squeegee. The last step, we'll lift it up one last time, but this time we're going to use our micro squeegee. But if anyone out there is asking, ask me any questions. Now it's time to cut though. What we want to do is, if it's a dark color car, you'll see a white line if depending on the reflection you have. If you're in a dark area, put a lot of light in these areas. But that is your guideline of where you need to cut at. Once we get close to the edge, cut up. Before we just go on to the next part, seal it down. Make sure that it's sealed all the way down. I bet y'all want to look and see, like, dang, how did he do? Come on now. There's a reason why I am who I am. I did my 10,000 hours, and yes, I still do make mistakes, but I don't make the same mistakes twice. Let's see. I'm going to flip this camera around for y'all. Clean this screen off. Let's just zoom in on it so y'all can see what I see. Still a little hazy. Let me wipe you down a little bit more. There we go, a little bit better. Now, you see, we'll slow it down. Do you see any white? No, of course not. Because I practice what I preach. I told you, I don't make the same mistakes twice. I have made mistakes before. But I practice before I wrap this. I have to. So that way there's two things. I know what I shouldn't mess up at again. And then two is I have the muscle memory, so that way I know how the cut feels and how it's supposed to feel and how it's supposed to look once it's done correctly. That's all you need to do. What kind of wrap are you using? This one right here is Cheetah. But I like to use Avery Dennison, 3M, and Tech Wraps. KPMF is one of my top 3 brands, along with Avery Dennison and 3M. But this one is Cheetah right here. It's okay. I'm actually going to start doing reviews on all of these brands, just to let you guys know which one is beginner, intermediate, and pro level. Let's jump to the next cut now. We got to finish strong. Now we're looking at this piece right here. You can kind of see it. First thing that we want to do is warm up the area. Now that it's warm, we can just run our finger right down the middle. From there, we want to put our blade on the side of the front door, not on the same side as the door that you're wrapping, and definitely not in the middle, because as you cut, your hand will not be straight. So, begin your cut. I like to cut up first. I don't have to put my blade out super far on this side, because there is a rubber gasket right behind this. So you don't want to be stabbing all into that rubber gasket. Now that we have the clean cut, we have to start at the hardest point. That's the body line. So, warm it back up. Push with your thumb. Just to push it right there. Now you can take your micro squeegee or your regular squeegee. I prefer to use the hard side. And then slowly work right up under that rubber gasket. If it doesn't get to it, that's fine. What you would rather have is it tuck right to the edge of it, and then you can open up this door and then tuck it the rest of the way in. But at least you know that the rest of this is nicely tucked and not creased up. So let's go ahead and finish this off. We know up here it wants to crease as well, so let's repeat. Now for the rest of this, all we need to do is just use our finger just to round it over the edge. Tuck it in. Let's go ahead and open up this door. Not make our, oh, almost dropped that. Not make our light so hard. Oh, you didn't think this car was white, huh? Oh, you forgot about that already. Now we can open this up, tuck all of this in. Now this is all tucked in there. Nice and clean. Let's get y'all a little zoomed in right here. Oh yeah, there we go. Those body line areas is tucked in very nice. No creases or anything. Why you hate tech wraps more? Why you hate tech wraps? Tech wraps has some beautiful colors right there. I don't know what Carbons is in Avery Supreme, but always look trying to look. Okay, I don't know. He said, "All right, nice. I only use Carbons." What's Carbons? Is that another wrap brand? All right, that side is done. Now let's go ahead and get to this bottom. Oh, y'all gonna have to come down here with me. Come on down here with me, yo. Oh, okay, cool. Where you located at, Yellow Car Crew? If we wanted to, we could trim some of this off because it's really not, we don't need all of this vinyl. We can leave it just right here. So this one right here is a little bit, well, it's the same as doing the top part of this where we have the chrome trim at. No way, that's what's up. I'm glad you tuned in. Now, for everybody that's tuned in and they wanted to learn more on how to wrap cars or just get a little bit more insight on it, and when I say a little bit more, like in-depth videos of how to wrap similar panels like this or harder panels, join our members only classes or videos that we have on YouTube. $50 a month, and we have almost every panel. Well, we have every panel on there, from front bumper to rear bumper, rear quarter panels, doors, door handles, side mirrors, roofs, hoods, trunks, ample amounts of things on there. So go ahead and check it out. Tell us what you think. That looks good right here now. Let's warm this little corner up. Now we can trim off just a little bit of this. Now, save the best part for last. This back part of this door right here. It's the easiest part. That's why I save it for last. Why is you like that? Before you try to open up this door, you gotta remember a few things. Take the vinyl off of here first, because even though you might be pulling and tugging, this vinyl's still strong enough to keep this door shut. Hey, for all of y'all that's watching right now, I got one question. If you're interested in learning how to wrap cars, or you already know how to wrap cars, do you know how to dismantle cars? Leave it in the comment below. Just say yes or no. Moore, where you at? Where you located at, Moore? Jersey? Yeah, so YouTube can teach you. Don't get me wrong, I've used YouTube a lot. But that's also what I've seen problems with, is because some people on YouTube is not giving the best advice, or they're telling you a step that is overstepped, and which means you missed a step. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm about to roll out dismantle classes as well, teaching people how to dismantle cars the correct way, whether you want to be a PPF installer, a car wrapper, or just work in a body shop, or you just want to know how to dismantle cars just because. It will benefit you tremendously. If there's 10 car wrap shops around you and they can't rely on somebody that can really dismantle a car correctly, imagine how much money you can make. I would say at least $300 to $500 per car. You're only doing 6 hours worth of work. 2 hours to dismantle it, another 4 hours to put it back together a couple days later. Yeah, it took you some hours for that one. I know it did. Now this is the same method that I use on tucking and cutting around the hood. It'll benefit you tremendously if you do the same thing. You need your hood PPF. I'm actually about to start up classes in 2025 on PPF classes too. We got a lot rolling out in 2025. So since you guys are the new ones that have actually been watching me for today, I'm gonna give you one quick insider tip. If you're thinking about joining one of our classes in September or October, September, October, and November, one of those 3 months, we're actually gonna cut the price down. If you're doing a 5-day class, it's usually $2,500, we're gonna charge $2,300. If you're doing a 3-day class, which is usually $1,500, we're about to charge $1,300. So definitely come out. Just wait for us to open this up, but you get first dibs on it since you've been watching me. I'm glad you're here. And for the ones that can't make it because you're in Norway, in Canada, or just even in the US and you just can't make it, I understand. Watch our online classes. And what we're about to do in our online classes is actually open it up to where I'm going to be doing these more live. So that way everybody can ask me questions and then we can go through this step by step. Along with our online classes where we already have the ones that are pre-recorded. But I'll also go in there from time to time and go live, answering questions and everything. Well, we're located out here in Atlanta, but we're gonna have the PPF classes in Atlanta, in Tampa, and in Houston. The same for the dismantle classes. They will be in Atlanta, Houston, and Tampa. So, I suggest you come to the South. But I finished this cut right here. I bet y'all want to see it too, huh? I know y'all want to see it. Let me finish this last little piece right here, and then we'll be good. Alexa, set an alarm for 4 p.m.
Good afternoon, Rashad. Alarm set for 4 p.m.
All right, reveal time now. I know y'all been waiting to see this. I'm like, dang, man, how does he? Let's look at all of these cuts. Oh, that door's open up enough. Clean line. Each and every time. And I did this while I was talking to y'all. Let's trying to get it to where there we go. See that? Nice and clean. Nothing cut short. Thank you, more. Now, should I go ahead and do the other door on the other side, or do the fender on the other side? You tell me. Doors or fenders or lower rocker panel? You tell me. They got to be wrapped today anyways. The first one to comment on here gets to choose which one I get to wrap. Fender, doors, or lower rocker panel. Choose wisely. There's a lower rocker panel right there. And there's the other side I gotta finish off. So far, she looking pretty beautiful though, right? Front bumper is done. I just gotta put the front bumper back together all the way. This side is almost done. Just got to do the side mirrors, door handles, and lowers. Fender? Fender it is. Thank you, Cisco. That's how you write fast on that one. First things first, pop open the hood. Because we need, this is a white car, so we need to make sure that we can get in deep enough. We don't want to be short at any part of it, showing any glimpse of white. Because this is a luxury wrap right here. So we're about to wrap this fender. How long does this take for you so far? I started on Saturday. Started wrapping it on Saturday. I dismantled and prepped this whole car on Friday. Washed it, clay bar, degreased it. Dismantled the whole thing, cut out all of the vinyl, everything, and even did a separate project on Friday. And then I started wrapping this one on Saturday morning, and I'll pretty much be done with this today. If I wanted to, I could really be done with it today. Like, that's even doing door handles and side mirrors. But I'll finish it all tomorrow, so that way we can ceramic coat it. I'm gonna do some of the smaller things like door handles and side mirrors tomorrow, and then any of the little smaller pieces, like maybe even the gas cover. But yeah, let's get ready to get this fender going. Pop this hood open first. We gotta get into here, and we gotta wipe all of this stuff down. I didn't want to take out the light just because I knew I could take off the bumper much easier than taking off the light, so there was no need for that. Yeah, more. I work hard at things that I love doing, and I love being successful. And I love having the free time and the availability to be able to rap on my time. If I want to wake up at 4 a.m., I could rap. If I want to wake up at midnight and start rapping, I could rap. There's no, oh, you got to come in at a specific time. When you're your own boss, which I try to teach every class, you get that option. But the person who is really going to make that determination is the client. So you better get it done on the time that you said that you was going to do it. That's what it was that was popping us up. Finally time. Fender, we said, let's do this. First off, we're gonna wipe this down. Let's get a little alcohol. Ooh, I don't like this rag. Get a clean rag. And these are not my Clark Kent's right here. These are my Ray-Ban Stories, and I actually got them in the shopping cart list below. There's about 3 or 4 different types on there. I like using these because I can record on these, talk on the phone on these, and do what I need to do free-handedly. One thing I will do is wipe them down because I work hard and it gets a little blurry. I know you're saying like, man, show us the rap. I got you. Be patient. I gotta set myself up for success. That's what you should do too. All right, Mo, I got you. We're gonna do the wipe down first. First, you wipe the surface. Trying to make sure everything is clean thoroughly over here before I get into the crevices. Now you get up under there. Get into all of these little crevices right here. Look at all of that dirt. That's what just came out of this wiping. You sure you gonna wrap over that? Now we got everything all wiped down. Now it's time to take some things off. such as, really, we're just gonna tape off this area right here and then possibly over there by the rear quarter panel where it meets it. Now, yes, if you're asking me like, man, you could have just took the lights out. Yes, I could have. Would have made things a lot easier, but I know what I'm doing. Sorry, I was reading. A lot of people was writing on here. You apply anything after the alcohol? No, I just apply the vinyl after that. Because the alcohol is the degreaser, and that's all we need right there. Just something to degrease this. Okay? I'm in Africa, kind of uncharted territories for rapping. I want to know the difference between car raps and normal What's SAVs? I don't even know what SAVs are. Please explain on that one, Mark. Got the vinyl right here. Okay. Now, most people start rapping right then and there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on now. Why would you even want to start rapping? You got a lot of vinyl right here. There we go. That's a nice little spot right there. Get you right here. Instead, trim it. Look at all of this. This can be used for side mirrors, door handles, shark fin antennas, you name it. Don't waste your vinyl. Next, we're gonna roll about paper backing. You don't have to deal with all of this. Trip over anything. Keep a nice workspace. Now that I got two magnets right here, I can lift this vinyl up. Pull tight. Lay this all down. Make sure you got enough at the bottom as well as the top, and we do. Everything's nice and smooth right here. Good. Tack it right there. Now, as we see all of this tension that's building up, we can take off this top one, or excuse me, this bottom magnet hole right here. Let that lock in. I gave a little bit of a harder pull right there, so I had a little depression in the vinyl. So we relaxed it back. Now it's good. Everything looks pretty good right here. All we need to do is pull up right here. Tack this. Same rules apply though. The exact same rules apply. If you was watching the door, put your glove on. Palm. Now once it's out of that valley of it, you can switch back to your squeegee if you like. All right, we're gonna have to pause it real quick. I got one of these cars being delivered to me right now, so bear with me. Let me see how I can pause it. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to start no poll.